U.S. mission deploys F-15 fighter jets to the Mediterranean Sea, a sign of preparedness and geopolitical influence. The United States, U.S., recently deployed F-15 fighter jets to the Mediterranean Sea in order to strengthen its military presence in the region. This decision is part of the U.S. defense strategy to maintain regional stability while demonstrating its commitment to its European allies. The move also sends a clear signal that the U.S. is ready to respond to potential threats that could arise from growing tensions in the Middle East and beyond. The Mediterranean Sea, located at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa, has long been a strategic region for the world's major powers. The U.S. has important interests in the region in terms of trade, energy, and international relations. The U.S. military presence in the Mediterranean Sea serves as a counterweight to the influence of other major powers, particularly Russia and China, which have also begun to expand their presence in the region. The decision to deploy these F-15 fighter jets comes in the wake of rising tensions at various points in the Middle East, including the continuing conflict in Syria and instability involving countries such as Libya and Turkey. In the face of this increasingly complicated situation, the United States feels the need to demonstrate its military readiness, especially in terms of rapid intervention and response to potential threats in an area full of geopolitical dynamics. The F-15 is one of the most advanced fighter jets owned by the U.S. Air Force, known for its long-range combat missions, air superiority, and exceptional speed. It is considered the right choice to ensure air dominance in a strategic region such as the Mediterranean Sea. These fighters have the ability to launch high-precision strikes against ground and air targets, strengthening U.S. strike power if needed. Moreover, the delivery of these fighter jets also signifies the importance of the Mediterranean Sea as a major passage for military vessels and international trade. The security of this route is vital to ensure the flow of energy supplies from the Middle East to Europe and vice versa. Threats to freedom of navigation and stability in the region can have a direct effect on the global economy, which is why the U.S. sees it as important to strengthen its military presence in the region. The U.S. is not the only country with major interests in the Mediterranean Sea. Russia, for example, has long had a significant military presence in the region, particularly in Syria, where it has air and naval bases. This Russian military presence has often been a point of tension between Western countries and Moscow. In this context, the U.S. move to deploy F-15 fighter jets to the Mediterranean could be seen as a response to Russia's perceived moves that could affect the balance of power in the region. Meanwhile, Turkey, a NATO member, is also actively involved in various conflicts in the Middle East region, including in Syria and Libya. Turkey has a great interest in regional stability, especially with regard to its border security and political influence in the Arab world. The U.S. military presence in the Mediterranean Sea also serves as a signal of support to NATO allies, including Turkey, which is often involved in joint military operations. The presence of these F-15 fighter jets is not just a matter of military power, but is also closely related to international politics. In recent years, the U.S. has sought to strengthen its alliances with countries in the European region and the Middle East, particularly in the face of challenges posed by the rise of China and Russia.